The police officer asked me one simple question. Ma'am, do you want to press charges? My brother-in-law was on his knees in his perfectly landscaped driveway, crying, not because he was sorry, but because he had just realized the house he tried to flip, the one he bragged about at dinner, the one he tried to mortgage behind my back, was never his, and I was done being quiet. Pauses. Yes, officer. I want to press charges. If you've ever been underestimated by family, if you've ever been called jealous, when you were actually just informed, if you've ever stayed quiet while someone mistook your silence for weakness, then this story is going to hit hard. Like the video, subscribe if you love smart revenge stories, and tell me in the comments, where are you listening from and what time is it for you right now? Now let me take you back to the night he toasted to stealing my future. It started with a champagne flute. Caleb raised it high, the crystal catching the chandelier light. Big news, everyone, he boomed, grinning like he'd just won an Oscar. I'm flipping the old family lake house. Massive profit by spring. Applause. Actual applause. My sister Megan clutched his arm like he had personally ended world hunger. My parents nodded in approval, and I stood in the corner holding cheap white wine, smiling, because he didn't know. He didn't know the contractor outside was texting me in a panic, and he definitely didn't know the deed to that house had my name on it. Not his. Mine. To them, the lake house was a payout. To me, it was oxygen. If I close my eyes, I can still smell cedar and pine needles. The lake air turning sharp at dusk. My grandmother's lavender detergent clinging to handmade quilts. While Megan chased city status and Caleb chased opportunities, I drove 4 hours every weekend. I paid the red-stamped property taxes. I paid $22,000 for a new roof when snow caved it in. I repaired, restored, protected. They thought I was boring. Invisible Chloe. The paperwork girl. The safe one. They forgot something important. Quiet people see everything. My phone buzzed under the dinner table. Travis, the contractor. Miss Chloe. He's telling me to rip out the cedar paneling. Says it's outdated. Wants drywall. Drywall. Over 70-year-old hand-finished cedar. I looked at Caleb, laughing at something my father said. His silk tie. His expensive cologne. His hollow confidence. He wasn't just lying. He was erasing history. That was the moment it stopped being annoying and became war. People ask why I didn't expose him right there. Because growing up in a house full of narcissists teaches you something. If you speak too early, you become the villain. If you stay quiet, they reveal everything. So I slipped out. No goodbye. No drama. Just my keys. My car. And a plan forming in the silence. At home, I unlocked my fireproof safe. The deed. Chloe Elizabeth Evans. Property tax receipts. 5 years of proof. I called Travis. Stop everything. Lock the gates. Change the codes. No one enters. He says he has permits, Travis said. I'm looking at the county database, I replied calmly. There are none. Pause. Miss Chloe, he showed me a deed. That was forged. Long silence. He doesn't own it? I do. Travis sent everything. Fake permits. Cut and paste seals. Emails calling my grandmother's furniture junk. My hands didn't shake. My vision didn't blur. I felt something colder than anger. Clarity. He wanted to play house? Fine. I was about to show him what eviction looked like. 6:45 a.m. My phone lit up with Megan's name. I let it ring while making coffee. Then the texts. Why is the gate locked? Are you jealous? This isn't funny. She didn't ask how I had authority. She attacked. Because protecting the lie was easier than confronting it. Then Caleb called. Unlock the gate, he demanded. You're obstructing business. What investors? I asked calmly. Silence. The ones you bragged about? Or the loan shark you owe $58,000 to? Dead air. How do you know that? You're drowning, Caleb. His composure shattered. It's family property. No, I said evenly. It's mine. And now? It's evidence. At my attorney Sarah's office, she didn't sugarcoat it. It's worse than debt. It's bank fraud. She slid the file across her desk. Loan application. $100,000. Secured against my lake house. Forged signature. Mine. He tried to mortgage my home. My stomach dropped, but not from shock. From realization. This wasn't arrogance. It was predatory. Do you want to file the affidavit? Sarah asked. I thought about Megan braiding my hair when we were kids. Then I remembered her text. Are you jealous? She chose him. She chose the lie. I signed. Ink pressed into paper like a boundary finally drawn. My phone rang again. Travis. Miss Chloe. The storage shed is empty. What do you mean empty? The rocking chairs, quilts, dining table, photo albums. Gone. The world tilted. He hadn't just tried to steal money. He sold my grandmother. For cash. There was a receipt from a liquidator. 3 days earlier. That was the moment hesitation died. Dusk. Caleb's pristine suburban driveway. Police cars rolled in without sirens. Professional. Quiet. Final. He opened the door smiling. That salesman grin. It vanished when he saw Detective Miller. And then it vanished completely when he saw me. You did this, he hissed. Save it. Megan stepped behind him holding their toddler. What's going on? It's not permits, I said steadily. It's $58,000 in debt. A fake job. A forged $100,000 loan. And Grandma's furniture. He sold it. She looked at him. Is that true? His bluster collapsed. It was just temporary. We're family. Family. The word he used like a shield. The officer turned to me. Do you want to press charges? I looked at Caleb. Not a businessman. A fraud who underestimated the wrong person. He didn't just sell furniture, I said quietly. He sold our memories. Yes. I want to press charges. The handcuffs clicked. Metal against bone. He cried. Not remorse. Loss of control. And for the first time in my life, I didn't feel invisible. The trial was clinical. Forensic audits. Forgery verification. Bank testimony. The expired notary stamp saved me $100,000. He was sentenced to 4 years for bank fraud and theft. Investors came forward. Apparently, I wasn't his only target. Megan moved back in with our parents. Her designer life dissolved into spare bedrooms and child custody schedules. She texted sometimes. It's hard being a single mom. I read them. Sometimes. But forgiveness doesn't mean access. And accountability doesn't make me cruel. It makes me free. I tracked down the liquidator. Bought back nearly everything. The oak table. The quilts. Even the photo albums. The rocking chair had a small dent where Caleb dropped it. Kept it. A scar. A reminder. Travis and I stripped away drywall. The cedar underneath breathed again. 6 months later, I sat on the porch at sunrise. Tea warm in my hands. Lake mist rising. Silence not heavy. Healing. Caleb saw profit. I saw legacy. He saw equity. I saw memory. True ownership isn't about flipping something for applause. It's about protecting it when no one's watching. I didn't scream at dinner. I didn't expose him mid-toast. I didn't need a scene. I needed documentation, patience, and truth. He mistook my silence for weakness. That was his most expensive mistake. Some people flip houses. Some people flip narratives. And some people flip the switch when they realize they've been underestimated for the last time. I didn't destroy him. He did that himself. I just handed the evidence to the right people. If this story gave you that rush of justice, that slow, satisfying karma, hit like. Subscribe for more revenge stories where silence wins. And tell me in the comments, have you ever been underestimated by family? Click the next video on your screen for another story where patience turns into power. I'll see you there.